What's up, Team Ucan? For this workout we're about to get into, it will be a 20-minute, no equipment necessary, body weight HIIT workout. And today's focus will be on pushing your muscle endurance and aerobic capacity. The topic is endure, quote unquote, endure, because you're going to endure so much through this workout, and you have to endure so much through exercise and training, but you're strong. Remember that. And with the help of Ucan, you'll be able to energize and push through anything. So after you endure this workout, tag Ucan, and possibly myself if you wouldn't mind, tag us and let us know how it went on your socials, on Instagram, whatever your favorites are. But anyway, enough blabbering. Let's get to the workout. 1, let's step up with our feet shoulder width apart here, hands on our hips as we push back into some hip circles. We'll push back into some hip circles here to begin. Rotating back and around. Let's bring it around, down. Who remembers that SpongeBob episode where he brought his hips around town? And let's push back the other way. 5 seconds, we'll transition. And follow my moves for what we'll be doing here for our warm-up in 3, 2, 1. Let's get into some butt kicks now. Just running right in place. Try and get your heels to your butts. Drive them up there. Spend a small amount of time on your feet, but stay moving. Let's try and get our heart rates up. We have 20 minutes of enduring but fun social fitnessing coming at you. 5 seconds left here. Then we'll transition again. Keep it going. Next exercise, we'll squat down as deep as we can, raising our arms up to an overhead raise. Inhale down, exhale as you rise up, and as you go down for your squat, raise your arms up as high as you can. Press your shoulders back behind you. Get those posterior deltoids and that T-spine activated in your back. Open up those hips as you squat down. 3 seconds here, we'll transition again. This is just the warm-up we're going through, by the way. BT dubs. Next, we'll squat down as deep as we can. We'll walk out into a crawl out to a high plank, and then we'll push back into our deep squat. Again, walk out into that high plank from that squat position and push back into that deep squat. Back and forth here. Nice and easy. Stay breathing and stay moving. A few more seconds here, then we'll transition again. Now stand up. We'll just get into some arm circles now. Big deep breaths. Let's calm our heart rate. I know I said this before at the top, but I want you to focus here and set your intention for what we're about to accomplish today, because every workout is an accomplishment, and I want you to start changing your perspective, framing workouts as accomplishments each time, because that will be a really simple way to help you build your progress here, especially in these next 4 weeks through April. Now let's transition to some jumping jacks. This is where we'll get our heart rates up. We'll let that climb. We'll get some blood pumping everywhere throughout our body as we get ourselves primed for all the movements that we'll be going through. After we get through these jumping jacks for our warm-up, we'll get into an athletic bounce, which will be our active recovery, and I'll explain the first exercise, because this first round will be focusing on muscle endurance. And so the strength work will be long bouts of work that we'll be pushing through. And bounce. Now remember, when I'm explaining an exercise or you're resting between them, stay in this bounce with me. But our first exercise will be a squat to a squat pulse. Hands in the middle of our body, feet shoulder width apart. We'll squat down as deep as you can, stand up, and then squat down for a little pulse, and repeat again. Ready? Let's work. Inhale down, squat up, then a quick little half squat pulse. Big deep squat down, and then a quick little pulse. Now every exercise we'll be doing for this workout will be 60 seconds long. So 1 full minute per exercise with a 15-second break in between. There'll be a 30-second break between our first round here and the second, but between most exercises, there'll only be a 15-second break. Again, we're focusing on muscle endurance here for the first part, and then the second round, we'll be hitting our aerobic capacity and pushing our cardiovascular system to push our heart rates. 15 seconds here. Inhale down, big deep squat. Quick little squat pulse. You should feel your hips, your quads really start firing as we stay in these deep movements and quick movements. 5 seconds left and we'll get back into our bounce. In 3, 2, 1, and bounce. Next exercise, join me down here on the floor. On your mat, we have staggered push-ups. You can go from your knees if you need to modify. One arm in front, push back, push the other arm in front, and push back. Take your positions now. Let's begin. We'll push our left arm in front, down for a push-up. Push our right arm in front, come down for a push-up. Keep that inside hand that you keep back, that you don't push out in front of you, nice and tight with your chest. That's the hand you should be primarily using to push up from this position. Now, if you want to challenge yourself a little bit more, feel free to push yourself up like I'll do here, up onto your feet for these staggered push-ups from that full standard push-up position on our feet. But if you don't feel like you can handle that yet, or you can try it, but you're really fatiguing fast, you can always drop back down here to your knees as you push through. Inhale down, big exhale as you drive and push your body away. Less than 10 seconds here, then we'll transition to the next exercise. 3, 2, 1, down and stand back on our feet now. Next exercise, we have an alternating curtsy lunge. We can keep our hands in the middle of our body here as we'll first step out to the right, step our leg behind the other, down for a lunge, drive off that front leg, and stand up again. Now let's begin coming back to the right here. Inhale down as we step our leg away, stand up, and repeat on the opposite side. Now the key here is when you go and stand up, that leg that you're pushing off of to stand, fully extend it and squeeze your glute as you do. Bring those hips forward, lock out at the top, and pop that booty up. Pop the body and the booty as you drive up each time. You should really feel your butt activate as you go down, and especially as you push back up through this curtsy lunge here. You may feel a stretch on the inside of your quads too. And you know what, if that's a little too difficult for that lateral movement to step back, you can totally just keep with standard reverse lunges here, stepping back and stepping up. But if you feel like you can handle it, keep with that lateral movement. 5 seconds left here now. 3, 2, 1, bounce. Next exercise, stay bouncing though. As I show you, we have a lateral plank walk, high plank position, moving our hands and feet side to side on our mats from a high plank position. Take your positions now. 3, 2, 1, let's work. Up in a high plank. Let's move our hands and feet at the same time. Let's try and keep our hips stabilized, core tucked in. Tuck that belly button in. Pretend as if there's a fire below you and you don't want your stomach to get burned, because even though some of you may be trying to work for abs, you don't want to completely burn them off. And so you're sucking that belly button in and squeezing your core so they don't get burned. More than halfway through here. Now, if this is a little too difficult to move side by side, you can move from your knees, but still, try and move your arm and legs at the same time. Even if you have to shorten the lateral stepping movements, go for it. Just keep moving, don't stop. Less than 10 seconds here. We're almost through. 3, 2, 1, rest. Next exercise now. We'll start on our left arm. We have a side plank. Arms stacked below our shoulder, hands on our hips. We'll drive our feet up towards the ceiling, and we'll hold this side plank position. Take your positions down your left side. Let's begin. Drive those hips toward the ceiling. Keep your core nice and tight. You should feel this in your lateral core and obliques. Really start to fire to hold yourself up. And try and just keep your hand on the side of your hip here. If you want to challenge yourself more, be my guest. You can keep your arm straight up. You can keep your leg up, but not necessary. Heck, if you even want to regress a little bit, maybe that's a little too difficult, you can drop down to your knees. But the key here is keeping your hips pressed toward the ceiling and try and keep a nice straight line with your body. But now in 3 seconds, we'll transition, 3, 2, 1, to the other side. Doing both sides here for our side plank. And we'll get on up. Breathe, we're almost through. We're more than halfway through this exercise. Remember, keep telling yourself, yes, I can. Yes, you can. I'm telling you, you can. You showed up here for a reason. Do not forget that, even though your body may be getting tired already. 3, 2, 1, and drop down. Now, hanging on our butts here. We'll switch to a Russian twist with an overhead raise with both hands. Let's begin. Rotate to each side, trying to touch our hands down to the floor, then raise our hands straight up over our head. Again, hands together, rotate to each side, keeping our legs up, and raise our arms straight up overhead as far back as we can. If you feel uncomfortable now in that twist position, you can drop your feet to the floor. That way it can take a little excess pressure off your lumbar spine and your lower back, but you can still complete that rotation, raising your arms straight up in between. What that arm raise does is now we're not just working on our rotation and anti-rotation, keeping our body up and rotating to the side. That overhead raise really starts to activate all of our upper abdominal muscles as we try and extend and our shoulders open up, our chest opens up, and it lifts up our core as we raise up. 10 seconds left. We're almost through here. Then we have a quick little break before we begin the second round. In 3, 2, 1. Shake it off. All right, Ucan team, we have 30 seconds left before we get into the second round. Take a quick deep breath, grab a sip of water. The first exercise though, I'll bring us through it, will look like this as we have alternating touchdowns starting here on the right side of our mat. We'll step to one side, reach down towards our foot, step to the other and reach down. Step and reach, step and reach. 5 seconds now. Shake off your arms, shake off your legs. 3, 2, 1. Second round begins now. We'll step over to the left, reach down, step over to the right, and reach down. Now this is different than a skater because we're not completely jumping from side to side. We're taking a step and we're reaching down towards our foot. You should feel your hamstring stretch out behind you. Now, if you want to challenge yourself a little bit more, you can pick up the pace and add in more of a hop, like I'm doing here, reaching your hand down towards your foot, and your back leg will step behind you for stability, similar to that curtsy lunge we did before. As you feel more comfortable with this movement, you can pick up the pace. But if you don't feel comfortable even reaching down like that, step with me here. Ever see someone trying to learn how to dance? Stay in your box here if you don't feel comfortable reaching down. Less than 10 seconds though. Keep moving side to side. We're gonna start to push the pace here for these next few exercises. 3, 2, 1, and bounce. The next exercise will look like this as we get down into a squat position for some hero punches. Hands up, elbows tucked with their body. We'll squat down, we'll uppercut to the right, squat down, uppercut to the left. Let's begin. Inhale down, squat as deep as you can. Rotate your hips. Big uppercut coming to the right. Squat down, rotate your hips. Exhale, big uppercut coming to the left. If you've ever seen a hero or a comic book character fly away and they reach their arm up in the air, pretend that's you, or if you've ever seen a comic book character or a superhero punch somebody and they go blasting off into outer space, pretend you're doing that, only you're punching away all your excuses, all the self-doubt, all the negativity that maybe you're seeing online or on the socials. But when you're here, when you're social fitnessing with the team and you're squatted up, we got your back. Because we are the fitness avengers. Everyone in here is. And we are fighting for a better us and a better body every single day. 3 seconds left. 2, 1, bounce. Next exercise, we'll pick it up another intensity level from there. We'll have in and out punches, moving our legs in and out like jumping jacks. Jab crossing, pushing our left and right arm out as we move. Deep breath. Let's begin. Jump the legs out, and every time you do, punch out. Now, keep your hands up. If you've ever seen a boxer punch, you gotta protect your face. You gotta protect yourself in times like this. And your health, this is what will do it. We are at war. And right now, you are winning. We're not just winning the battle of each exercise. Think of each workout as its own little war that you're fighting. Because when you start to get tired, that's the enemy. That is all the doubt in your mind telling you to quit, but you're not going to. You can push through. You're strong. You can endure anything if you tell yourself. Keep those feet moving nice and quick. Less than 10 seconds left here, everyone. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. 3 seconds. 2, 1. Bounce. Next exercise, as if we're going for a nice sprint, we'll be moving into high knees. We're running in place. Listen for my cues here, though. They'll be a little bit more important than otherwise because of how we're going to change this pace. Take your positions, and let's move into high knees. Keep your hands sharp like knives, cutting through butter. Hot butter. Now, focus on driving your knees up through your hip. If you're really fatiguing and you're a little more tired than you would have expected, you can turn this into a little trot, more like a little jog. Just focus on getting your feet up, staying light on your feet. Now, if you feel like you have plenty of energy, maybe you energized with some Ucan Superstarch before, and you're like, let's go, let's push the pace, then get into a high knee sprint with me here and drive your knees up as quickly as you can. We have 15 seconds left. Almost through, everyone. Then we'll switch to the next exercise. Push yourselves here as much as you can. Push to your max. 5 seconds left. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bounce. Next exercise, everybody. We have a weave and kick. Hands up like we're getting to like we're a boxer. We're going to step to one side, kick with our back leg, step to the other, kick with the front leg. Bobbing and weaving and kicking. Join me here as we step to the right. Let's begin. Duck under, kick with our back leg forward. Duck under back, bring that front leg and kick forward. Weave, bring that right back leg forward, weave back, kick that front leg forward. You can move slow here to begin. Focus on the movement. Weave, kick, weave, kick. Now as you get more comfortable here, you can pick up your pace on how quickly you're kicking and snapping that foot out and bobbing and weaving back and forth. Remember to keep breathing though. Do not stop, even if you have to slow it down. Keep your hands up. Remember, you're protecting your face here. Less than 10 seconds left. Step and go. 3, 2, 1. Bounce. Okay, everyone. Last exercise for this workout. But it's a doozy. You'll move into fast feet. Hands in the middle of your body. And when I tell you to go down, you'll go down for a burpee to the floor and jump back up into fast feet. Last one here. Take your positions, hands together. Let's begin. Move your feet as fast as you can now. The floor is lava. You don't want to get burned. Ready? Down. Down to the floor and back up. Now, if you don't feel comfortable going to the floor, you can just go down to your hands and stand back up. Down, like I'm going to do here. Or you can just step your feet back, down, like this. But in any case, keep your feet moving as quickly as you can. Don't stop. This is the last exercise before our cool down. You got this. You've made it this far. Down. You can do this. 15 seconds left. Down. 10 seconds. Count it out. Down. Count it out with me. 5, 4, 3, 2, down. 1. Rest. Woo! Give yourself a quick little round of applause. Couple little pats on the back there. Great work, everyone. Let's cool down now. We'll drop down to our mats for a cobra stretch. Hands below our shoulders. Head up towards the ceiling. Press our body away. Feel our core stretch out from here. Big deep breath. 2 more big deep breaths. 1 more. Now let's push up to downward dog. Push our hips up behind us. Push our heels toward the floor. Let's stretch out our calves. Push your shoulders down and away and towards the mat. Push your hands in towards the mat. And keep with that smooth, deep, controlled breath. After this cool down, I'll give you guys that exciting news, the giveaway that Ucan is doing afterwards. I'll give you all the updates on that. So stick around here as we cool down. Now from here, let's transition to our standing position. Reach up towards the ceiling. Big deep breath, feet shoulder width apart or a little wider. Exhale and drop down and try to touch the floor with your hands. If you can't touch the floor with your hands, try and touch your shins or your ankles. If you can't touch that, reach for your knees, or just let your arms hang and your hamstrings stretch out. Big deep breath. 2 more big deep breaths. 1, 2, and let your body rise up, roll that spine up, reach toward the ceiling. Inhale and exhale. Woo! Great job, everyone. You crushed today's workout. Hope you enjoyed that workout, everybody. I fully believe that you crushed it, and if you so choose and so please, tag Ucan and possibly myself if you'd like, in whatever social media platform you use the most. Tag us on there and let us know how your social fitnessing workout went. Hope to see you here next week. And as a reminder, if you're looking to optimize and fuel your energy to continue pushing through your workouts longer, harder, and faster, the Ucan Superstarch is perfect to endure any workout. I got orange here, I got lemon, but you know there's a load of other flavors for you to use that's perfect to aid in all your exercise and performance needs, even just performing in life every single day. Hope to see you on the next workout.